today on 2+U Nevada.
And a lot of those things we thought were going to start to take place in the spring are actually going to start rolling out in early November.
Workforce requirements are changing for those who utilize SNAP benefits. What we know today and where you can go in the next couple weeks to get help navigating the system.
The misconception is, oh, well, family history. No, the risk factor is having the body part.
During this Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we continue the discussion about breast cancer. The programs provided locally to ensure you're getting your screening.
It's the cameras, the lights, action, here we go. It's the real deal. We're live on stage.
Learning how to play music is taking on a whole new look in Reno, creating the band experience no matter what level you or your kids are. You're watching 2+U Nevada. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. We've got a bit of a music theme with today's show. That's because over the weekend, Dave and I flew to LA for a concert. So I've got music on the brain. Take a look at this picture. That's 20,000 people, a sold-out crowd in Crypto.com Arena, all gathered together because of music. I can guarantee they don't all believe the same things, think, love, or behave in the same way or manner. But here, in this instance, in this venue, they all came together for music. It's beautiful when you think about it, how song can transcend the negative and bring people together, which is why I'm thrilled to have School of Rock and the Reno Phil on today's show. It's going to be a fun show today. Aside from music, we take a look at the awesome changes being made to Reno, thanks to the Downtown Reno Partnership. Learn ways to take control of your health from the Nevada Cancer Coalition. And looking to find the perfect holiday gift while learning your local history? We've got the event for you. We are thrilled to have you joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and joining us this afternoon, Marie Baxter, CEO of Catholic Charities Northern Nevada. Marie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we learned earlier in the month that things are changing for SNAP recipients.
Yes.
So what's happening? And you say that this is actually occurring calendar day, November 1.
So that is our certain understanding, is that there's been a lot of changes within the federal safety net programs in general, but one of the ones that we want to make sure, we're really getting the word out is related to SNAP. So SNAP, which is, food stamps, essentially, they're changing the workforce requirements. And a lot of those things we thought were going to start to take place in the spring are actually going to start rolling out in early November.
So sooner.
So very soon, yes.
Lot sooner than thought.
A lot sooner than we thought. So individuals who are veterans, people who are experiencing homelessness, foster youth who are aging out, they are now also going to need to meet these specific workforce eligibility criteria. So anyone that is a SNAP recipient that they call an able-bodied person who can work, not my words, that's a federal term, they can either volunteer 80 hours a month, they can work 80 hours a month, or they can be in an education program, a work type, certificate program, or something along those lines to maintain their eligibility for SNAP. The age is also changing. It used to be that there were some waivers that are for starting with people who are at 54. That's changing to 64. So now if you're between the ages of 54 and 64, there are some workforce or volunteering requirements that are coming into there. And there's some other nuanced changes in there as well in terms of wanting to make sure things are properly documented, and really understanding that if you're qualified, to have a little extra assistance for food, you're going to want to get the information. The other changes related to dependents. So it used to be that if you had a child who was 16 years or younger, you were sort of waived from having to work, and that age is dropping down to 14.
Okay.
And so there's lots of nuances. Things are continuing to be, sort of flexible. So the best advice we have is please go, if you are a SNAP recipient or you're considering applying for SNAP, go and talk with one of the SNAP enrollment specialists at the Division of Welfare. The Food Bank of Northern Nevada has people who do SNAP enrollments. We have SNAP enrollment specialists even at Catholic Charities on our campus and in our client choice pantries. find out what it is that you might not know you don't know.
Right.
Because there's a lot more documentation that you're going to have.
And it sounds like the needle is continually moving. And so even as of airtime, the information may be different, which is why it's very important that you speak to that professional. But at this point, the day that we're recording this, it sounds like 80 hours is that magic number per month.
Per month.
Can you combine? Do you know if you can combine working and volunteering in that 80 hours, or is it one lump?
As far as we know, yes. It's kind of 20 hours a week. But we know that, at the time of this taping, that we're looking at waiting for further guidance from the federal government and from the state on exactly what that's going to look like. But we just want to encourage people, ask the questions. This is happening. So we want to make sure that everybody, is able to know that they are going to want to find out, is it something where I can combine volunteer and working? Is it something where I need to have specific documents? And we don't know all the details yet, but we know it's coming. And so we just want people to be as proactive as possible.
Right.
So that they can maintain that, that support, because groceries are so expensive.
Oh my
right
gosh,
now.
don't get me started.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on groceries. That can break the bank to begin with. So also, we are running this with enough time, hopefully, that people can see a SNAP professional by that November 1st date, which is a Saturday.
Yes.
So with that, how can people reach out to Catholic Charities Northern Nevada to get an appointment? Do you need an appointment? Is it walk-ins? How does that process look?
So it is walk-ins, at Catholic Charities, at any of the Food Bank of Northern Nevada sites where they have SNAP. We're kind of the two biggest groups where people tend to connect with SNAP professionals. But the biggest thing is the other part that Catholic Charities brings to this is, if you know you need to become a volunteer, if you know you're looking for work and maybe you haven't been in the workforce very long, now is the time to be reaching out to Catholic Charities. Become a volunteer with us. There's a lot of things we can do to help you. Our thrift stores are always hiring. You can come in. There's a lot of flexibility for especially people who maybe haven't been in the workforce. So we're a little bit unique. We want to encourage people to go and find out what they need to do, to maintain access to that. But also at Catholic Charities, there's a myriad of other things that we can do to help people with stabilization. So that's the other word that we want to get out, is lean in and see what we can do to help you, maybe address some of those things that you're like, but I don't have a job, or how do I become a volunteer? We can help people with that right now. And it's just going to be better for them all around.
And I don't mean to gotcha with this question, but it's just one that pinged in my head. Do they have to have proof that they've been volunteering and been working by November 1st?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
Again, we're still waiting for kind of the overall guidance that would be coming from the, the federal USDA through the, the local state office of human services.
Sure.
So we're still kind of waiting on some of that. But for sure, if you are working and you are a SNAP recipient, maintaining documentation is only going to make things better for you in the long run.
Yes.
Hold on to those pay stubs. If you're volunteering, get those letters that says I've been volunteering.
Yes.
So that way you're already ready when you do, have to fill out new paperwork, because it's, everybody has to fill out paperwork no matter where you go. Then you're one step ahead of the game.
Okay, quickly, where do people go to Catholic Charities of Northern Nevada?
So the best place to come is what we call our main campus, corner of 4th and Valley. They can also come into our client choice pantries. There's one on Moana Lane, and there is one in Sun Valley. And of course, all of our services are bilingual and open to everybody in general. So we always encourage you to come in, and we'll help guide you through the system.
Marie Baxter, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining me today, Neoma Jardin, of course, Executive Director of Downtown Reno Partnership. It is so good to have you here this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. You have been with Downtown Reno Partnership now a few years. You are the Executive Director. For those who don't know, explain what Downtown Reno Partnership is.
Absolutely. Yes, I've had 3 years now at the Downtown Reno Partnership. And what we are is we are a 501c6 nonprofit. And we came to be out of the understanding that downtown Reno, like many downtowns, needs more of all the things. They need more attention to homeless issues. They need more picking up of trash. They need more of interacting with the visitors. So we were formed 7 years ago, and we have 40 ambassadors and 10 security guards, and we patrol downtown, we clean up trash, we take people to services, and we greet visitors.
That's fantastic. So why wouldn't that be handled by elected officials? Explain how granular you get in comparison to elected officials.
Well, we were born out of the understanding that downtowns need a lot more of all the things, and government can only provide sort of a mean level of services. So the property owners got together along with the elected officials and said, we need more. So there was research done out across the United States, and we found that there are 1,600 business improvement districts across the nation, and they were really having a very positive impact on their downtowns. So the council and the community came together and said, we're going to do a self-assessment of the properties downtown and form this business improvement district to improve the conditions of downtown Reno.
And what you have done is so amazing. Taking a look at the numbers from June of last year to June of this year, 312,500 pounds of trash collected. I mean, that's massive in and of itself. And you have vehicles to remove that trash.
Yes, we do. We have a couple of trucks. We have a pressure washing vehicle. We have a van that helps transport. But we're the ones that are out there picking up maybe someone illegally dumped a mattress or a refrigerator, or there's just blowing trash. Yeah, we're out there hauling about 2 to 3 trips to the dump every single day. And so downtown has never been cleaner. If you haven't been downtown in a while, come and check it out.
It does. It looks so good. I was just down there recently, and it's so nice to see downtown vital.
Yeah.
It really is. You mentioned pressure washing. You guys have also done 4,500 pressure washes. What are you cleaning? And can you come to my house? Like, can people request you guys?
Absolutely. Well, you can imagine we get 1 million visitors downtown Reno. There's a lot of foot traffic. People spill stuff. People don't clean up after their pets, maybe. And so our pressure washing truck is out there to schedule cleaning the sidewalks and alleys. But also someone might say, hey, there's a spilled mess here. Can you come and clean it up? And they'll call our hotline and we will go out and clean the mess up.
Oh, that's fantastic. Or if somebody partied a little too hard.
A little too hard.
Okay.
We clean those things up too.
Oh, bless you. All right. So with this being in existence now since 2018, I think you said.
Yes.
What have you heard? What's the feedback from the businesses?
Well, the interesting thing is the businesses, which we are a business improvement district, is that we really are that point of contact. They're running a business. They're trying to deal with payroll and get customers in the door. They don't have the time nor the expertise to maybe address the social issues that are happening outside their doors or deal with the trash that's left over, those sorts of things. So we really are the ones they can call our hotline 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We work all those hours and we will come and respond to those things so they can just keep on focusing on their business.
What I found so interesting, we were talking before the segment, you were telling me that businesses can request of you statistics of events that occur, foot traffic or even traffic coming in and then leaving and where they go next. Like, explain how granular you're getting with this information.
Well, very. In addition to the ambassador services, which again work 24/7, we have an economic development department, and anything you could want data-wise for downtown, we can give you that information. So let's say you want to know at your business, you had a special event, you want to know how many people came, where did they come from in the downtown area, and where did they go to after my special event? We can provide that to you, which really helps a business kind of get very focused on what they're offering when and what the return was on maybe the thing that they did. So we give every bit of data about downtown. You want to know about any stat of the makeup of downtown, the demographics, the businesses, trend lines. We're there to give you that information. And we're also there to give that information to brokers and realtors, because they're the ones that will help to get all those things downtown that all of us want. We want more retail. Everybody wants a grocery store. That's where we connect and we give that data to them so that they will attract those businesses to downtown.
Neoma, thank you so much for joining us. If people want to help you, if they want to donate to you or volunteer for you, what do they do?
Well, they have two options. They can go to downtownreno.org, learn about our organization. All of our contact information is on there. Or they can call our hotline at 775-313-4080. We're there. We'll give them any information that they need.
Yama, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. The sights and sounds of the Reno Philharmonic today on 2+U Nevada. Joining me, Evelyn Klatt, the Reno Phil Chief Development and Marketing Officer. Evelyn, so excited to have you here today. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, I'm so glad to be here.
The Reno Phil is just phenomenal, such a wonderful part of our community. And I'm so excited for all the programs that you have for kids. You really work with the school district.
Yeah, music education is such an important component for the Reno Phil. We're one of the only orchestras in the country that put such an emphasis on youth. We operate 5 different music education programs. We have our RPA Kids program, which is free after-school violin and cello lessons at 3 Title I schools here in the community. We also operate 4 youth orchestras, starting all the way, like for the little ones, down in 2nd grade and all the way up through the end of high school.
You know, Evelyn, it really speaks to the ethos of the Reno Phil to get kids involved in music early. And I've heard you speak about the importance of art in our life from childhood all the way up. It really breeds creativity and mindfulness. Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. Making music is one of the only things that uses both sides of your brain at the same time. It teaches you how to problem solve, how to be creative. It teaches you skills, math skills for rhythm, all kinds of things. It teaches you how to be a good person and to know that you can do hard things. You know, music is hard and learning music is hard, but these kids can do it.
Some of the most brilliant minds, of course, have that love of music. We've seen it from whether you are a scientist or whether you are an artist, there's that component. And I think you really just spoke on it. So why does the Reno Phil feel it's so important to get into these Title I schools? You have Bernice Matthews, Lincoln Park, Stead Elementary. What I love about it is this is a free of charge for 2nd to 5th graders, RPA Kids after school program for our Title I schools.
Yeah, absolutely. We believe that music should be accessible to everybody, regardless of means. These schools have been great partners in allowing us to come in after school and run this program. We're hoping that we'll be able to expand to more schools as we get more teachers and buy more violins. That's a big hurdle right now. But yeah, music should be available to everyone. And we want to make sure that we do our part in this community to make sure that happens.
And you really, when you say be a part of our community, you really are out there for families as well. You just wrapped up the free family concert. You also had the Princess Bride concert. So, of course, that is geared towards families and lovers of movies. So why wrap up for me what you just had and why the family component is so important as well?
Yeah, September was a busy month for us. We did our young people's concerts where we bussed in students from all over the school district. We had more students than we've ever had in the Pioneer Center, so 2 days of shows. And then we had our free family concert on September 13th, Home Means Nevada, which was so much fun. It's so great to have families come and be introduced to the symphony. And that was a free concert. We do those twice a year, once in the fall and once in the spring. And we really encourage everyone to come down and check it out. If you've never been in the Pioneer, if you've never seen an orchestra, this is a great opportunity and for all ages. And of course, The Princess Bride was just so much fun. It's a great film. It's so fun to do the movies with a live orchestra. It's a totally different experience.
And let's talk about what's coming up. Your fall season, your 25-26 season of classics. Talk to me about your theme, Great Pursuits.
It's so exciting. So this is season 57 for us of our classic series. The theme is Great Pursuits. It's all leading up. This year, we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And so Laura Jackson, our music director, has started a very cool project. She's commissioning a new piece of music from composer Michelle Isaac, and it is about the only woman who signed the Declaration of Independence. So we will be premiering a new piece, a world premiere, at our season finale concert, all around the Declaration of Independence. So that's where the theme Great Pursuits came from, the pursuit of happiness. So we started thinking about all the wonderful things in life that are worth pursuing: artistry, peace, freedom, magic. And we really leaned into that and how we could communicate that through music. I encourage everyone to come and experience it. Laura is so meticulous in her programming and crafting such wonderful narratives through music for people to really explore. There's a lot of American music in this season, which is neat. I know people love Rhapsody in Blue by Gershwin, and that's what we'll be doing for our season opener in October.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And the season wraps up, so it goes from October to April. A 3-concert flex package starts at $60. 6-concert subscription starts at $120, $108 for seniors. Where can people go to buy their season passes?
RenoPhil.com is great, or if you want to come visit our office in the McKinley Arts and Culture Building, we'd love to get you set up. It's a great way to experience the whole season. You know, $20 per concert. You can't beat that. Can't even go to the movies for that anymore.
That's true. Emma, thanks so much. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Carrie Harrington, Executive Director, and Lily Helzer, Prevention Programs Manager at Nevada Cancer Coalition. Thank you so much to both of you for being here this afternoon.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You know, it's really, we're going to see a lot of you because unfortunately there is so much cancer. This month we're talking October about breast cancer awareness, but then next month we have another awareness, and the month after that, and the month after that. And so we are going to be getting to know these women quite a bit, but let's talk about October first and foremost. When it comes to Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you had a line that I think was so profound. It doesn't matter if you have family history.
Correct. The biggest risk for breast cancer is being a woman.
And Lily, you said just having the body part.
Just having the body part. Yep. So the family history has to start somewhere. The misconception is, oh, well, family history. No, the risk factor is having the body part. So early detection is key.
And how does the Nevada Cancer Coalition help women get access to screenings?
Absolutely. We are the statewide nonprofit that provides information and education to the community on all things cancer prevention and early detection. We also have an excellent program called Thrive NV, and we have telenavigators. So we have people on staff that can help you. They can talk to you about what your cancer risk might be, what the recommendations are for screening. They can help you find a screening provider near you, and perhaps even transportation or help funding your screening if you need a program to help you with that.
And because mammograms aren't necessarily covered, is that correct? Or are they covered by most health insurances? Do we know that?
Yes, most health insurances cover screening completely. And for those that are uninsured or underinsured, there are programs. There's a state program out there to help you and other programs across our state that can help you get that screening for free.
And to access that, that's where Thrive NV comes in. People can go to that Thrive NV portal.
Correct. You can fill out the form on our website, or you just call the phone number and we'll get you connected with someone who can help.
Lily, talk to me about breast cancer as a whole. I find it so interesting. We were talking before this segment started that there's so many women, it seems like, even in their 30s, who are getting diagnosed with breast cancer and they have no family history. It seems to be touching so many people.
It really is. Everybody has a cancer story, and breast cancer is a very common cancer. So the recommendation is to start screening at age 40 every year. But it's also very important to be aware of your body, what's going on with your body, know any changes, some of the uncommon signs and symptoms of breast cancer. Just what's your normal and what has changed even before age 40, making sure your doctor knows about that.
Do you know, can women get mammograms? Can they ask to get a mammogram before they're 40?
Yes, and that's something that they should be discussing with their doctor based on what's going on with their body, also their family history, and you can discuss getting a mammogram earlier than age 40.
Okay, so we're currently in the month of October, but also next month is another awareness month, Lung Cancer Awareness Month. My grandfather died of lung cancer. He was a smoker, but you don't have to be a smoker to have lung cancer.
No, and as much as we do talk about other types of cancer, lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer in Nevada for both women and men. So it's very important. There is a screening available now for lung cancer. It's relatively new, and we'd love more people to know about it, so it's as common knowledge as mammography.
No kidding. So what is the screening called, and why is lung cancer so prolific in our state?
Well, it's prolific in every state. So just like the rest of the United States, it is the #1 cancer killer. There's nothing too unusual going on in Nevada. The screening right now is limited, the eligibility for it to be covered by your insurance. It is currently only for people ages 50 to 80 who have a smoking history, who currently smoke or have smoked in the past 15 years. That's where you really want to talk to your doctor. It's a low dose CT, so very easy, much easier to go get the actual screening than a mammogram. You just lay down on a table and go through the donut. There's no squishing involved.
Oh, wow. Okay. And I, as a child, have this memory seared into my head. I was shown a lung of a smoker, a slide, it was within glass, and a lung of a person who had quit smoking 15 years before, and the smoker's lung looked like barbecued hamburger, and the person who had quit a decade and a half before looked like halibut. And you really can quit and improve your quality of lungs. Is that true?
Yes. Over time, the lungs do slowly start to heal. The body does repair itself. But still, you want to find what's going on with your body early. When it's small, when it's localized, then it's much easier to treat.
Well, the Women of Nevada Cancer Coalition, thank you so much for the programs that you put on, for people to get access, and for the information that you provided our viewers today. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Kathy Gott, board member of the Verdi History Preservation Society. Kathy, thanks so much for being here this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
We actually Kathy and I met at Dolce Cafe last week, and she was putting out flyers about this craft fair. And I'm like, wait, you've got a craft fair? I've got a show. Let's talk about it. So Kathy, thank you so much for being here. The Verdi History Preservation Society is a really cool organization in town. Tell me why you decided to join it.
I joined because I went to a couple of their events and found that they were all very nice people and wanting to bring more people in. So I said, I'll get on board with that.
Sure. And what's so cool about Verdi is it really is a community that's got a great history to it. We're going to talk about two events, not only your craft fair, but we have something coming up this weekend.
Right.
The Preservation Society used to have a museum, and it closed down for a bit.
It did. It closed down during COVID, and we are just now opening it back up. We've moved it into a new location.
And you said it looks fantastic.
It is. It's great.
So the museum has been relocated, and October 18th, this Saturday, I believe, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's at 165 Bridge Street. What will people see when they go to this open house of the new museum?
They will see all kinds of things. They've redone all of the grounds. It's a school. It's an old school. It's got big grounds, and it's got an old... They call it the garage. I don't know if it was a firehouse at one point, but roll-up doors, and that's where they used to store a bunch of fire equipment. So they've cut that in half, put the museum there, and we still have 2,000 square feet of garage area for events. They've completely redone the old school inside and out. All the grounds are done and beautiful. Inside, we've got a basement with a bar and stage on it. We rent it out occasionally for private parties.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's great.
Especially in advance of anybody looking to set up a holiday party. That's great that you've got this new location.
And we have several events there every year now, several during the year. We have a Christmas event, a 4th of July event, Easter events where we invite local community people to join us. And it's nice.
And another event that you're going to be having there, isn't that also the location of the craft fair?
It is.
All right, so let's talk about the craft fair.
Okay, I would love to talk about the craft fair.
So the craft fair is actually in November on the 7th and the 8th.
That's correct.
What are we going to be able to see? What kind of vendors?
All kinds of vendors, but let me start at the beginning.
Okay.
Okay, Friday night it's a sip and shop. We serve wine and hors d'oeuvres as people shop around and visit with friends.
You got me with that.
I know. And that's from 4 to 8 on Friday the 7th. And then on Saturday the 8th, it opens at 10 to 4. And we'll have chili and cornbread for sale and a couple vendors there to sell pastries, that sort of thing. And we've got 52 vendors right now, but I'm sure we'll end up with 60.
Okay, so you've got time if you are a crafter to reach out to Kathy as well and also be a part of this craft fair, right?
Right, and I hope they do.
Yeah, because you've got just a few more spots. So is there a cover for these two events, a cover charge to get it?
Admission, no. Admission
There's
is free.
no admission.
Young and old are welcome.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. And so with that sip and shop, you're purchasing the wine and shopping and walking around.
No, it's complimentary.
Say what?
Friday night is complimentary.
Hello. Even more excuse to get down there and see who's crafting, right?
Right.
Oh my gosh. And you've seen these crafters. You've seen the folks who are going to be the vendors at this event. What kind of crafts are we talking about?
All kinds. We have a new one this year that I really want to emphasize. He brings a trailer with him. He's Santa Claus, and he brings the North Pole. He writes children's books, and I'm really anxious to see that one. I have not seen it. I've just talked to him on the phone about it.
Oh, that's great. And what else? Do we have knitting, quilting?
Knitting, I have a whole list of them here.
Okay, let's go through it.
Okay. We have, this is where the glasses come in.
That's why I told you to keep them.
Handcrafted wood items, custom cutting boards, custom jewelry, etched glass, painted glass, birdhouses, barbecue spices, quilting, honey products, coffee and chocolate are going to be sold, ceramics, wooden items, metal signage, jams, jellies, skin products, stamp art, stationery, and Santa and the North Pole are just some.
And that's just perfect timing. I'm hearing you list that and I'm thinking Christmas gift after Christmas gift, December holiday gift. So this is definitely the place if you are looking to find those great hostess gifts or holiday gifts for anyone. Be sure to head out to Verdi for the Verdi Craft Fair. Again, November 7th in the evening, afternoon and evening, and all day on November 8th.
And I'd like to bring up the raffle as well.
Please do.
Okay. We sell raffle tickets. This is how we earn our money to keep the program growing, where we can keep up with the repairs and do renovations. But we have collected some awesome raffle prizes, Peppermill, Boomtown. I mean, we've got like 60 items now that are just really, really good ones. Jimmy's Car Wash donated a bunch of washes, and it just keeps coming in.
Okay,
so come and buy.
perfect.
Come and buy.
All right, so the address of both of these events, the reopening of the museum and the craft fair, is 165 Bridge Street, Verdi. If folks want to get more information on how to become vendors, they go to the website.
Yes.
Verdi History Preservation Society.
And they can go into our calendar events.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I am so excited to be sitting next to Robbie Xavier, General Manager of the all-new School of Rock located on South Virginia. You're kind of by Meadowood Mall.
Yes, we're 5890 South Virginia, located in the same area of the KFC, Del Taco, the camera stores over here as well. Great location. You can see us from the street coming both south and north. Whichever way you're coming down, you'll see us big and bright, School of Rock. Can't miss the symbol.
And Robbie, I am so excited that you are here in town. We had a lot of discussion before we even started this about the philosophy of the School of Rock and how it really engages not only young kids, but even grown-ups
Yes.
wanting to
Yes.
get into or getting back into playing music.
Yes, yes, yeah. We start off as early as 4 years old and we go all the way into 60 plus. And so our students here come to a very contemporary school. And so when they walk through the doors, they'll notice right away when they look at the walls, students of former schools are plastered on our mural. Hopefully down the road, our school too as well, throughout the walls will be lined up with our students. And everyone that comes through the doors here is really wanting to play music, and they want to play music not only because it's a passion of theirs, but sometimes it's the parents trying to get their kids involved in something else besides sports. And with music, it can always be a very one-on-one situation, but we're extremely different here. We have the students play with each other, they learn to be in a band with each other, and they learn to contribute towards the community, not only in the school, but outside of the school as well.
I love that philosophy, and not to sound, well, I'm just going to say it. It's so much different walking into the School of Rock and seeing where I immediately think of my kids, and they would be having fun in this environment rather than sitting one-on-one with an old lady teaching them how to play piano.
Yes, yeah, and that is a point that we make all the time with the parents, even with the adults as well. We know that a lot of people come from several different backgrounds of life, and we know that music's very traditional in most of its senses. And so when the kids come in here, again, the contemporary vibe of it, the fact that it's School of Rock, it's all in the name rock, that's very much up to date with what people are into. And so there's a familiarity with the whole situation. And you watch as the students gain passion and they grow, and they're really putting their best foot forward in becoming the musician they want to become because it's a fun environment.
Right. And so these kids, when they come in, or the students, no matter if you're a 60-year-old plus kid, the students who come here, they get a one-on-one and a group, kind of talk about what the lesson plan looks like.
Yes, definitely. So the students come in here during the week, they have a one-on-one lesson, and that lesson is between 30 minutes and 45 minutes. After they do their lesson, then later on in the week, or it could sometimes be the same day, they have a group rehearsal, and they are essentially in a band. Not even essentially, they are in a band. And those same members they have rock all the way out with them for up to 3 to 4 months, and then we have a live show where myself and the other members, faculty of the school, select a venue in town, and that venue becomes our hosting spot. And so we play live there, and the students have a great time. I always tell the parents, everyone, it's the cameras, the lights, action, here we go. It's the real deal. We're live on stage, and the students have something to look forward to, and even the parents as well. They get to see their students perform, and again, not just in a recital form. It's not just a one-on-one come up here, but it's a student that comes up with their whole group, which essentially becomes their friends.
I love it. Yeah. And it really emboldens them into performing, not just learning a formulaic way of doing music. Yes. They're playing music.
Yes, they're playing music. And because of that, they're staying with music. They're not becoming, these individuals who later on in life saying, I love music, but I just stopped because it didn't feel right for me. We're really gaining connections, not only with the young kids, but the adults as well, because the adults end up playing live as well in the audience or out in the public with everyone too. And so you watch as the kids really have not only this passion for music, but we help them develop that, mentoring them all the way. And again, rocking out with them from the first day all the way to usually when they graduate out of here and everything,
Okay, so you have a grand opening where people members of the public and the community come and tour the facility and learn more about the School of Rock philosophy.
Yes, so on October 18th, from 2 to 4, we're going to have an open house, grand opening. We'll have some of the students perform so everyone can see what happens to students who've never played music before and where they get to in a semester. The parents, everyone can tour the facility, walk through, and we'll be able to show people not only what the school has to offer, but we'll be able to give lessons to you on the spot too as well. We'll be doing little activities with the students and the parents.
Absolutely love that. Once again, your address, your phone number, your website.
Yeah. We're located at 5890 South Virginia. You can also call us at 775-862-ROCK. And we're open 3 to 9, Monday through Thursday, closed Fridays, and open again on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Thank you so much for having
Thank you
us
so
this
much.
afternoon.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. Each day here at 2+U Nevada, we are hoping for you to participate in our show. That's the Plus You part. On Tuesdays, we have Tried It Tuesdays. So if you tried a recipe that you found on Pinterest, a DIY from TikTok, or if you try something that we highlight here on this show, send us your tries. Whether it turned out like a masterpiece or if it was a massive failure. Remember how I told you at the beginning of the show that Dave and I were in Los Angeles over the weekend? Well, in today's Tried It Tuesday, you get to see us trying out a driverless, yes, nobody behind the wheel, robotic rideshare vehicle from our hotel to the airport. Dave ordered the Waymo about an hour before we needed it and scheduled our pickup for 12:30. In our hotel lobby, we kept watch on our specific vehicle. Our pickup time changed and got pushed out by 5 minutes, but the car wasn't moving. We didn't care though because we had given ourselves plenty of time. When the Waymo picked us up at 12:35, it was surreal to see a vehicle without a driver. Dave's initials were on the top of the car and it unlocked the doors. The car won't move without you putting seatbelts on. We are in a car.
Yes, we are.
With no driver. I don't know if anybody...
What? Where'd he go?
Interestingly enough, the Waymo never took us on a freeway. We thought it was due to regulations, but a cursory search on Waymo's website says that the rideshare is scaling up autonomous vehicles on freeways. Online reporting says it's occurring in LA, San Francisco, and Phoenix, to name a few. The Waymo handled city street driving flawlessly, following traffic lights and yielding to pedestrians. There was one issue that consumers should be aware of. Neither Dave nor I knew that Waymo vehicles cannot currently drive into LAX terminals for pickups or drop-offs. The airport has strict rules for rideshare vehicles. Because of that, our Waymo ended up dropping us off at a street corner, which happened to be across the street from the rental car center. After a short hike, we caught a shuttle to the departure terminal. All in all, I think our Tried It Tuesday was a success. However, you really want to look at Waymo's service area if you decide to try it in another market. And that's today's Tried It Tuesday. Thank you for inviting us into your home this afternoon. We look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+U Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.